You know, I was going 95 miles an hour on Interstate 5, going out to visit my grandchildren. This is a true story. It's happened to me several times when I was younger. And, you know, I told myself, Peggy, you've always wanted to be an actress, turn it on. And the highway patrolman, well, first of all, it was really hard stopping that car when it's going 95. Those red lights were blinking. And I didn't want to keep my brakes on the whole time because then you'd know how fast I was going. So I just, honest to God, I just tapped him. Every once in a while I put my foot on, I thought, that guy's going to throw out those speeding strips with the nail gun. I'm going to be on television pretty soon. Looking in the mirror, fixing my hair. But anyway, I think it took me 2 blocks. Now I know when my friends would say, Peggy, you shouldn't drive that fast. And I said, but I do it in the slow lane. And I do. You know what you do is you just pass that big truck, and then you go right into the slow lane, keep going 95, come to the next car, go out, go in. And I just didn't think they'd ever catch me. And this guy said, I caught you from the other side of the freeway. I thought, you little bastard. So anyway, he's walking, I finally stopped the car, he's walking up to the car, and I had attended a meeting just before I left to drive, and so I was dressed up in business attire. I looked pretty good. I had jewelry on, makeup on. He got to my window, and I rolled the window down, and I went, I am so sorry. And I said, I know everyone has a story, but you've got to hear mine. I said, I just didn't let the man talk. I said, I am 66 years old, and I just, you know, I'm a senior. I was married for 32 years, got a divorce, and now I'm single and dating. And it is just awful. I had a terrible thing happen, and I told myself before I left home, now, Peggy, don't you think about it. You just get up there to your 5 grandchildren. By this point, the highway patrolman is saying, shut up! I thought, I'm surprised he would have tasered me if he saw what happened. Get that taser on that woman and put it right in her mouth. And he said to me, and this is where the terminology comes up, he said, you know, you remind me of my 75-year-old father. And I almost said, what's his number? Is he 75? And I'll tell you what happened. I thought to myself, I'll just listen. And he said, you suffer from the same thing my father's suffering from. TMI. Well, that sounded like those mini strokes we're supposed to have that we don't know about, you know? And so I pretended, and I thought, but do I look like I had a TMI? And then he went right on to say, guilty of giving too much information. And so he wanted to see my license. Well, everything I owned was in the trunk of the car. And he said, this is a Jaguar. And I said, yes, I'm a real estate agent. They made me buy it so it would look like it. The jewelry is fake, you know, and I'm trying to I said, you know, we do everything for appearance. And so he couldn't believe I had everything in the trunk of the car. But when I opened the trunk, my fur coat was on top of the car. Honest to God, this is a true story. I am shoving it back, and I told him it was roadkill. I do fly fish, and I make this little thing, But anyway, I just kept talking, tell him how hard I'm working, and real estate's slow. I call it my make-believe job, but things are starting to happen, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'll tell you what, he looked at my license, he said, next week is your birthday? I said, yes, I'm going to be 67, and he said, I'll give you an early birthday gift. Oh, I hugged the man. I am on the shoulder of the highway, hugging this guy with shoulders you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's just amazing. I said, you are the nicest man I've ever met. And so anyway, I didn't get the ticket. And I said, thank you, God bless you, God bless your family, your 4 children. And he said, now listen, do you have cruise control? And I said, yes, and sometimes I don't process when I talk. I almost asked him, where do I set it so I don't get caught again? believe it? I mean, but I knew, Peggy, wait, UCLA graduate, don't do that. And so I didn't, and then I had to go 70 miles an hour from Harris Ranch to San Francisco. I called my kids, I said, I think I'll be there in 2 days.